Tonight, a special edition of Calabash Community as we enter the art world. First, Sabrina Romulus takes us on a journey to self-discovery, dating back to her early days at Pavi as the daughter of a seamstress. And then Arnold Tuno, who has been at this for a long time, takes us back to the rivers of Dominica and to a moonwalk, and how he used phone cards in his paintings. We also flash back courtesy Sir John Compton. The 9th anniversary of his death was observed yesterday. We take a quick peek into the issues surrounding the constitutional discussion leading up to independence. And a further flashback to the early days of Sir John, the politician, courtesy the former Speaker, Wilfred Sinclair Daniel. This is Calabash Community, a special edition as we spend some time on an art exhibition which is now on at the Blue Coral Mall. We speak with two of the exhibitors, Arnold Toulon and Sabrina Romulus. First, let us meet Sabrina. First of all, it's good to talk to you, Sabrina.
Hello. Hello.
We want to start a little bit from Pavi.
Yeah.
I'm sure you still can relate to Pavi.
Oh yeah.
And your mom. I read that you were inspired by her as a seamstress. Though.
Yeah. Well, my mom. Well, as long as I can remember, she sews. I remember when I was a little girl, you know, she would draw up some dresses or whatever to make more for me, or you know, if she's doing something for the neighbor or somewhere to help, you know. It's not like mainstream work, but she did make some bang off of it, and you know, I saw a lot of that, you know, creative stuff. You know, she'd sit there, draw the little dresses and thing, and that was like some real memories or first memories I really have through, you know, doing what I wanted to do. I remember bugging her for, you know, to write or draw up something, you know, and she always was accommodating. Now I have a 2-year-old, Ria, and you know, it's like the same kind of concept. I always want to try to, you know, involve her as much as I can through, you know, inspiring, you know, as far as art goes. I had a lot of, you know, fun growing up, doing, you know, different art, always trying to see what I could do, you know, to bring out my inspiration or my creativity. I always had interest in it. You know, so right now, well, back to my daughter, right now it's like doing it again, like reliving those, you know, first steps. And another thing I could always put to is that, well, I never really physically, well, I've never really understood, you know, what I can be, you know, as an artist. I've never really seen anybody sat by an easel, you know, I've never seen anybody sit there to draw, you know. I had a time I just came out and, you know, a guy was like, what a big girl like you doing with a sketchbook, you know, sketchbook. You're looking at my bread right there,
Exactly.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it still looks like child's play for some people. Like, you know, you're just at play, you're at, you know, school, you know, interacting with paint, and it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more. We have, you know, it's something very serious. I myself am just on, you know, on the path to figure out myself, really. A lot of people could tell you I'm not, you know, I'm not the best organized or put together when it comes to that, because I'm figuring it out. I'm letting things grow on me, you know. At school, you know, a lot of people told me, well, from infant school, people told me I could be an art teacher, you know, or something like that. But nobody never put it down to me that I can be, you know, an artist, you know. And I think more than anything, that's what I want to inspire my little girl on. You know, you can do it from, you know.
Now, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned your daughter, and you mentioned when you were growing up as well, your mom was a seamstress. Did the fashion side of it ever appeal to you?
No, not really.
Really?
No, not really. I'm always a hands-on person. I remember, you know, well, paint, well, all these years I've been doing drawing. I got introduced to paint like really later. Probably I was, just before I went to secondary school, I got introduced to paint. And it's all on me. I did a lot of reading. I saw a lot of different mediums used, you know, through books, and I always wanted to try stuff out. Charcoal, I mean, we're seeing a lot of coals in the yard. You know, just like Arnold said, you know, just jump out in the morning, something hits you like bam, and I just had to get up and run and put it on paper before I lose that essence of it. And, you know, it become really, you know, it's a joy. A lot of people, that know me personally know I talk a lot about, art, a lot about, the hustles of it, because it's not, just smooth sailing. The way I feel is like art is like some deep, dark kind of career path, it's like not taken seriously. If I know musicians and other genres of, work and whatever, is like, everything is a struggle. But for artists, I think it's like some special kind of darkness, honestly. Like we don't have lights put on us to know that, to say like we are here, we are good, we are talented. I remember doing this wall up in, by the traffic light full Ashu with Alwyn, St. Roma and all of that. I've been on the scaffold painting, and a lot of people would pass me and like, are you a foreigner? Are you, where did you come from? And I think really that's one of the first reasons why I decided to do that wall. I mean, as a young girl passing, I always wanted to do it. So it's me that called that on to me. So when Alwyn meets up, he said that, I could take part on it, and, I got a lot of, goodwill and blessings and all of that through doing that. And that's what I'm after too, trying to market myself, trying to push, let that work speak for myself. I'm not really good at the speaking. Even if I talk a lot, I always feel like I'm not really getting my points across. But I'm just sitting back, push the work, and hopefully that would, take me to places I need to be. I want to travel. I want to, get out there and people to respect me as an artist, and, furthermore than just you're talented and you have skill.
When you were at Sandals on the beach, did that influence? Because I noticed when I looked at some of the paintings that you have at the exhibition, that we see a theme, a marine theme, marine environment, boats and so on. Yeah. Did that influence that as well?
I think for me, I just paint whatever I don't know. I paint a lot of what I think people would like. And a lot of what I see, well, I'm always by the beach. I mean, we're on an island. We're surrounded by water. We see a lot of boats and stuff. So it's a lot of what influenced me, what I'm always around. I like our culture, our heritage. I mean, that's all I know. That's all I see. Unless I start, boarding that plane a little more, I wouldn't be able to paint more stuff out there, But really, I always try to, do a lot of what I see. I have a very good memory. Well, so it's like see something once or twice and paint it, and once it's a couple of times good, it's just keep on reproducing.
So what is it like? This the lone fisherman, for example. What does it say?
For me, one is just expressing that thing, that fisherman, that our fishing village hustle, and on top of that, straight up is like just paint a painting to get it out there. So we know somebody would love it and somebody would buy it, and that makes me happy. Either way. And
you have Pale obviously has some impact on you as well. There's one.
Pardon?
Pale, the community of Pale.
Oh, yeah. Well, to be honest, I did these paintings as a job for somebody.
Okay.
Yes, I did these paintings as a job for somebody. The thing is, we were in business a long time, and you know what? She wasn't happy with the price. So I just took a different course because I can't do that. And you know what? It added a great feel to the collection. I mean, you just needed that boost.
The library, Sugar Ruins.
Yeah, all that was her pieces.
Oh, so this is the same. Okay.
All that is her pieces. There were 5 pieces on different scenes around St. Lucia. And you know what? I got the job just because I'm a quick painter, and I did pull through, but in the end, it came down to that price.
In the dress-up girls, is your daughter in there?
Well, probably something of what I see. It's almost, that one almost, it has part to do with me, and I kind of live in, again through my daughter. It's my first, it's my first girl, my first child. And it's the plainness. I remember growing up as a little girl, always liking to dress up and all of that. So, it's all, she has it down already, my clothes, my shoes, and yeah. So it's continuing there.
Is she also on a wooden horse, or does somebody else on a wooden horse?
In the wooden horse?
Is it painting a wooden horse? Oh, a horse.
Oh, the horse.
Yes, I'm not sure if it's wooden. But
I think that painting came before her. Yeah, that painting came before her. But it's still that painting, I should touch up on the black on color style. It's color. Well, I think that style really came through when I left school, and I did not have paint. I had just a limited amount of colors: red, yellow, and black. And you know, I've spoken of this before. I think that's on record somewhere. You know, I just put the red and the yellow together, and I put a black silhouette on it. I think the first one was the Three Wise Women, and that made like a huge hit. And I, you know, I went into the gallery because one of my first places of showing was at the inner gallery. In fact, that was the first place. And when I stepped in, then I saw all the different paintings, and I love art. I was just, you know, starstruck. I looked at everything. I loved everything. But I wanted to be different. I wanted to stand out. That was the feeling I could really come back to. I want to see my name on the wall representing some different kind of look, you know, represent some kind of, so that's where it really came in. And then I went doing more detailed pieces, pushing myself more, yeah, putting in more detail, because how the process is putting color, a color background, and I sketch on the image with chalk, and then I paint in the reverse. So a lot of people ask if I, you know, scratch out the stuff, if I etch out the images. It's not etched. It's simply painting in the negative. So I leave that line out. So when I wipe off the chalk, I just use the chalk as a guideline, really. When I wipe off the chalk, then you get that kind of silhouette, kind of stencil kind of feel.
Mm-hmm. And the sing-along, which is a community type setting.
Yeah, yeah. It's all part of what I, you know, straight up is what I think people would like, something I come across myself, you know, and look out for that, because I'm really the kind of paintings, I mean, I missed the mark with putting out more serious paintings, because I really just did not have, you know, the time other than doing all those little paintings and all of that. And plus, I find myself needing to be in a particular zone to be able to convey what I really want to, you know, put out what I really want to do. So in the future, I really want to sit down and push some serious paintings. And as I said, it's what that inspires me, or what I see around me, what reminds me of my childhood, or me coming up, or, you know, what influenced, you know, our community on a whole. You know, because that piece, Sing Along, in itself is just showing you a community can come together and, you know, have a good time. Now, even things like Kudme and all of that is part of our, you know, our culture, and, you know, that's what I want to put out in my work. But I really need to find myself in that comfort. So far, I've been pushing some serious paintings, but I don't know if I'm nailing myself, but it's not to my standard, and my standard is high. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, great job, good work, but it's always a constant thing of pushing myself, trying to develop more, trying to, you know, break that boundary so I could do more stuff. I mean, everybody comes and say, you know, wow, it's nice, but I don't know. Somewhere in me, I'm looking for more. I cannot tell you yet.
Best way people can experience your work is to come to the Blue Coral at the moment, up until the 17th of September.
Oh, yeah.
You're there exhibiting as part of the Emancipation exhibition by the CDF. So we want to invite viewers to certainly go see the work for themselves, experience it for themselves, so they can get a good sense of exactly the passion that you put into it and what exactly you feel when you paint. Sabrina, we want to thank you for giving the time.
Nice.
And we want to wish you all the best in your endeavors as well.
Oh yeah, thank you. And on a last note, just to, you know, play out so people could actually come down and, you know, make us our work feel more worthwhile. You know, we really feel the appreciation, you know, when you know, come out and you buy our stuff, you know, put it out on your walls in your shops and say, you know what, we have some local artists, talented people, and not always go to the Chinese sort of, or wherever the paintings come from. I see some crazy stuff out there. Buy local.
It was a good theme to end on. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay. This is Calabash Community. Next we welcome to our studios Arnold Toulon, an artist from Dominica who now calls St. Lucia home.